Welcome to The Checkout. We catch up with previous Add to Cart guests and ask them 5 quick questions to get to know them better and leave you with a little extra inspiration to get through your Friday. Here's your host, Bushy.
Today's Checkout features Matthew Pezzimenti, founder and director of Conversion Kings. Since 2014, they've been working on conversion rate optimization processes for leading Australian and international retail brands like Koala, StyleTread and Woolworths. Matt, thank you so much for joining us on The Checkout. We had a great chat in our main episode on everything conversion rate optimization. We really got into the depths of it. Well, probably didn't even get into the depths, probably scratched over the surface for you. But for me, it was a really great insight into conversion rate optimization, everything from the process to the tools to how to get started. But we're here to learn a little bit more about you. So I've got 5 quick questions.
Sure, shoot.
Number 1, what's the weirdest thing that you've ever bought online?
All right. Well, part of our process at CK is we like to do what's called an empathy review, where we love to purchase a product of one of our clients to understand it. There was a new one that came across our floor, which was about medical marijuana. And I was like, oh, that's an interesting one. And using a bit of the Simpsons references we did before, I remember Homer Simpson, he had a little jar when he ended up having to use the same product that wrote, warning, things may appear to be more edible than they really are. And I guess I can testify that's as a result of trialing that product. But yeah, it was crazy difference of what's happened in the world, right? Just a few clicks and then bang, it gets delivered to your door, which is just incredible.
There you go. Friday afternoon staff party.
Well, not just yet, but yeah, it was a good way to learn about their process, that's for sure.
Number 2, who is your favourite retailer?
I've been doing retail for over 20 years, and the thing for me when it comes down to retail or retailers, which ones we love, it really just comes down to the ones that are progressive and trying to do something that's that little bit better. How can we become that little bit better than we were last time? And they're the retailers that really engage me to go, yeah, they're trying to deliver an amazing experience to their customers. And you can just feel that on the website. You can feel it when you go into the retail store. And they're the types of brands that, I love to hang out with because they're just always on the cutting edge. And how can we be better than we were yesterday? Anyone
stand out to you?
Oh, look, there's a lot in the market at the moment. I'm going to defer that question, Nathan. I'm going to be diplomatic and we'll step away from that one if that's okay.
It was funny before when you said CK and I was like, oh, Culture Kings. Oh, no, Conversion Kings. Do you ever get mixed up?
That in Calvin Klein.
Yeah.
Definitely. But I tell you what an honour to be said, are you Culture Kings? No, we're Conversion Kings, but it's good to stand on the shoulders of giants.
Oh, good. All right, number 3, which e-commerce practice do you wish was history?
It definitely have to be poorly timed pop-ups that break my flow. So I'm going through, and it could be anything. It could be I've landed on a blog page and I want to learn information because I want to get that information and go, bang, I get irrelevant content to subscribe to something. And I'm like, I'm not even in the buy flow, but now you're trying to get me to go over there. Or if I've got into the checkout, then there's obviously a few different pop-ups and things just stopping me from what I'm actually trying to do. So I just wish there was, websites would obviously look at alternative ways to get that communication across. Would be awesome.
And I can imagine you come up against or for consideration pop-ups in a lot of your conversion journeys. Are pop-ups ever a good idea?
Yeah, totally. Yeah, but they've got to be in the right application. Again, coming down to like why are we doing what we're doing? Like where's the problem? And it's not about just that brand's doing it, so we should do it as well. It needs to be a little bit more considered to get the result. Like we can all have the same ingredients for the cake, but if we put the cake together in a completely different way, we're all going to get a different outcome. So it's just important to understand when to use them.
Yeah, great. Bit of a baking theme coming through this chat.
In more ways than one, there you go.
Exactly. All right, number 4. Can you recommend a book or a podcast that our listeners should immediately get into?
This is a good question. Just makes me realise I don't read as much as most people, maybe on this here as well. But you know what? The thing I take a lot of inspiration from is actually the Joe Rogan podcast, because he asks good questions and he listens and then he comes back with more insightful questions. And us as conversion experts, we need to be the best at asking the good questions, because the better questions that we ask, the more insight that we get out of it, the better we can help the customers. So, yeah, I take a lot of learning from how he constructs these questions and how he can double down on them. So I'm sure most of us probably jump onto that podcast, but yes, definitely a helpful one to pull some inspo from.
He keeps asking to come on to add to cart, and I was like, Joe, you're not ready yet.
Oh, good call, mate. Good call. Make sure he pays your fee too.
All right, last one I have for you, Matt. Finish this sentence. The future of retail is?
It's up to us. Like, we're all in this industry. We've all got such an ability to really deliver great value to the consumers in a real helpful way. And sometimes we forget just the impact that we can have to individuals' lives by what we deliver as an experience on the web. And everyone today in retail, you're actually at the driving seat to see exactly how we can better this industry and better what we do. So I really feel like we've got such an opportunity and also a bit of a responsibility to make sure we deliver a great experience to everyone.
Beautifully put. Matt, thank you so much for joining us on the checkout.
Very welcome, Nathan. Again, thank you for having me, mate.
To hear more from Matt, jump back into episode 358, where Matt runs us through some of the most common conversion issues and how to fix them. He also gives us tips on ironing out your GA4 implementation. I mean, who doesn't need that? And he names the top tools that you can use to help build an army of converting customers. Thanks for listening, and until next time, keep adding to cart.